Hello everyone! Left-handers, it's me, it's Joe, I'm back. Anyone who's just joined today, this is my face, this is my tie, this is the shed. So we wave right hand for the newbies, left hand for the regulars. First things first, how are you all? I've missed you. It's been over a week, 8 days since the last show, and I've missed the interaction, I've missed playing the piano. I really haven't practiced as much, but hello to all of you, and thank you very much for coming back on this Saturday. Sorry I was a little bit late, just a last minute change of programme. Yes, so here we are, Stilgoe in the Shed. This is episode 61, it's June 6th. And yes, so that's firstly, that's dealt with. Secondly, tonight's show is, I'm not going to use the word dedicated because that feels too portentous, but I feel like it's very difficult to just pretend like the world is still the same and carry on as normal and ignore what's going on in the world. Because as you will all know, after the death of George Floyd, everything turned on its head once again, even though we've all been through this terrible, constrained, frightening pandemic time. It felt like nothing could be worse than that, but those people in the world who see things differently have decided that equality isn't a good thing, and I don't want to get political on this portal, on this platform, but I do have this platform, and you are watching, and you've come for some music and loveliness and to see me drink red wine. But before I do that, I just wanted to say it is a very difficult thing to say because I don't have a script, but my heart and soul and mind goes out to anyone who's deeply affected by this, anyone who's even mildly affected by this. If you're finding it a strange, conflicted time, then I am too, and the director of photography particularly is finding it very difficult. So we've been wondering how to address this, and the only thing I'm going to do is ask if you sometimes donate to one of the charities I suggest or favour, whether I could point you in the direction of one that really helps with young black musicians and musicians from all races. Really, it's a great foundation called Tomorrow's Warriors, founded by Gary Crosby, who is a brilliant man and a jazz bassist and musician himself, but also he set this up years ago, and so many brilliant musicians have come through it. But they provide a platform for musicians who maybe don't have an easy route to the stage. So tomorrowswarriors.org, if you want to donate anything, they would be hugely grateful. Just mention my name if you'd like, say the Shed has sent you. And maybe later I'll mention some other musicians you might like to dip into, who I'm particularly fond of. Anyway, it's a huge global issue and a humanitarian issue, and I didn't want to not mention it because I know you all respect the Shed and what we stand for here. And the gang that we've built up is a lovely thing. So thank you again for joining me. Thank you for listening to my waffle. But sending love to all of you, and I hope you've all been okay the last week. So yeah, I was going to do one song to start this, but it seemed slightly odd. So instead, I'm going to do a Duke Ellington song. And in fact, a couple of you have requested this during the run, and I never got around to doing it. So this is a tribute to Duke Ellington, one of the great pioneers of black jazz music, and a huge totemic figure for me and for So many people in the world of music. It was, after all, Duke Ellington who said, if it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. But he also said there's only two types of music: good music and bad music. So let's hope I do the former, not the latter. So this is a song also dedicated to all of us still negotiating our way through the lockdown. Missed the Saturday dance, heard the crowd at the floor, couldn't bear it without you, don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit a club, got as far as the door. Awful lonely without you, don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind's more at ease, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? I've been invited on dates, might have gone, but what for? Awful lonely without you, don't get around much anymore. Though we really want to, my mind's more at ease, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? Being invited on dates, might have gone, but what for? For only without you, don't get around much anymore. Oh, for only without you, much anymore. Don't get around, don't get around, don't get around much anymore. Right, gosh, that we're off. That feels odd. Feels odd to be back, and we haven't even got, haven't been that far away. Anyway, I love you all, and thank you so much for the countless lovely emails and messages and tweets and whatnot you've sent my way in the week off, and it's been lovely to hear from you. Song suggestions have been flying this way and that way, hither and thither. Over there and back there. What's the one for yonder? Here and yonder. There it is. So I've got a few emails. I'm not going to read out all of yours. I do have some wine as well. I must cheers to all of you. And also thinking about, I heard Pamela's broken. Have you broken your arm? Pamela, I'm so sorry about that. Sending best wishes to you and best washes. And to all of you regulars, but mostly everyone. That's very nice. That's red wine. So, we're going to have a fun show tonight. It's going to be quite long because I've got 7 songs to get through. That means read out the email first. So this is from Tim. Dear Joe, the DOP and family. Firstly, I want to thank you all so much for still going the shed shows. I work for a well-known broadcasting corporation, and while at work one Sunday morning back in March, randomly walked past you while you were waiting in reception before appearing on the radio. Having then realised it was you I listened to in the interview, found out about the shows you were doing at the Pizza Express Jazz Club and thought I'd pop along the following day. Then the world fell over. However, I read about the shed shows and have been tuning in since, normally listening back rather than live because of work getting in the way. You've got work! Compliment. But he says, many a day has felt quite dark, but the things like the shed have been such brilliant sparks during this disturbing time. So thank you. Compliments. He says, my sister Tilly Farmer is a huge fan of yours. They were at the wettest ever Regent's Park gig. What a gig. And he says, given you've cut down the daily shows, I'm not sure if you're still doing birthday requests or shout-outs, but if you are, can you squeeze it in somewhere? Because it's Tilly's birthday on Tuesday the 9th. So Tilly, this is for you. Ideally some early Sinatra. She, like her husband Ryan, have worked in the West End for years and were on different musicals at the start of their year. They're obviously not now. She left to have a baby and he's started a new career with the emergency services. Good on you. Sinatra was one of the first shows I saw that she worked on 10 or 15 years ago, so it would seem appropriate, but to be honest, she'll be happy with anything. Best wishes to you all, Tim Stokes. Thank you, Tim. So, the boss himself, or Blue Eyes, here's one, wanted to do some Gershwin, so this is nice work if you can get it. Holding hands at midnight, neath the starry sky. Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. Strolling with the one girl, sigh after sigh. Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. And subscribe. Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door, where two hearts become one. You could ask for anything more. Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow. Nice work if you can get it. You can get it. Won't you tell me how? I recorded this song, I just remembered, on the first demo I ever made to try and get some gigs. I did it in a tone higher, and probably much worse, or better. Listen to the Sinatra album that this is from, the brilliant A Swingin' Affair, which is 57, I think, 1957, with Nelson Riddle. That's the one. Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door, where two hearts become one. You could ask for anything more. Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow. Nice work if you can get it. Nice work if you can get it. Nice work if you can get it. Won't you tell me? Won't you tell me? Won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me how? you, everyone. Another birthday request, and this one's slightly late because it was the 31st of May. And by the way, I had a lovely rest of the birthday after the show. It was great. Played some swing ball on my own. What a time. What a time. So our dear friend Kirsty lives just down the road there. And is a brilliant doctor and brilliant person. She is also married to a brilliant doctor called Tom, and it was his birthday on the 31st. So Tom, happy birthday for them. Old fruit. And Kirsty said Tom's favourite band of all time is Supergrass, and I was a huge Supergrass fan. But I'm going to play it steady, and I'm going to do this one, which you'll probably all know, called All Right, which was out 95, I think. So I was just about getting into jazz, but I still loved stuff like this. And I've always thought this song had a bit of a kind of doo-wop feel. We are young, we run green, keep our teeth nice and clean. See our friends, see the sights, feel alright. We wake up, we go out, smoke a fag, put it out. See our friends, see the sights, feel alright. Are we like you? I can't be sure of the scene as she turns. We are strange in our worlds, but we are young. We get by, can't go mad in good time. Sleep around if we like, but we're alright. Some wheels, took it out, cross the fields, lost control, hit a wall, but we're alright. Are we like you? I can't be sure of the scene as she turns. We are strange in our worlds, but we are young, we run green, keep our teeth nice and clean. See our friends, see the sights, feel alright. Oh, oh, see our friends, fat jobs, see the sights. Even into Sun National Trust car park. Feel alright. Oh, feel alright. Feel alright. Feel alright. That was it. Happy birthday, Tom. Another email has popped into my view. More red wine from the massive glass. I don't have any normal glasses left. They've all been smashed in the lockdown, which is what happens if you spend too much time in your house. Things break. This is from the lovely Helen Power. Dear Joe and Director of Photography, I hope you're well enjoying Saturday the 6th of June has been a date etched on our brains for a while, as it was due to be my sister's wedding and their daughter's naming day, as well as being my husband David Quinlan's birthday. Sadly, we can't even have a socially distanced garden celebration commiseration with my sister. Sorry, that should have been celebration / commiseration with my sister and her family, as the weather is due to be rubbish. Maybe not tomorrow, Helen. Keep your fingers crossed. So I would love a birthday shout out for David and maybe a song from Singing in the Rain. One of my favourite jobs was a great actor, musician production of this show, playing presenter Dora Bailey. Dora Bailey, she's the one with the big microphone who greets Don and Cosmo, isn't she? And the tough lead trumpet part, which David really coached me to play. Helen's husband is a musician, guys. He's pretty special, and his lockdown locks are now spectacular. Mine go on down my back. Here's to the Saturday night shed shows and the forthcoming tour. Best wishes, Helen. Kiss. What's that light doing? So I thought I'd do this one. I think all of these songs I haven't done in the shed all this time. How are there 7 songs available to me and us? How are there 7 songs I've never done? This one was actually cut from the film. There's that scene in the cake when Debbie Reynolds bursts out of the cake in Singing in the Rain. And it's terribly embarrassing for her because she's just told Gene Kelly that she's an actress of great promise, and then she bursts out of cake as a sort of, that's her job on the side. And he goes, all I do the whole way through is dream of you. And because I was a Singing in the Rain nerd, I bought the soundtrack with all the extras, and it had some songs that were deleted from the film because because people delete songs from films. And there was this lovely slow version of this song which I've sort of adapted in my own way, and this is All I Do Is Dream of You. All I do is dream of you the whole night through. With the dawn I still go on dreaming of you. You're every thought, you're everything, you're every song I ever sing. Summer, winter, spring, and were there more than 24 hours a day, they'd be spent in sweet content, dreaming away. Skies are grey, skies are blue, morning, noon, and nighttime too. All I do the whole day through is dream of you. Spent in sweet content, dreaming away. Skies are grey, skies are blue, morning, noon, and nighttime too. All I do is dream of you. All I do is dream of you. All I do is dream of you. All day through. Happy birthday to David, and happy wedding almost naming day to Helen's sister. I'm so sorry you've had to postpone and cancel and all those things. It's just reminded we never got the second daughter christened. Maybe we should do that. Otherwise, we could just change your name every day. Oh, we did tell the authorities. We did tell the authorities. So it's official. I haven't sung all week, apart from some terrible kitchen singing. Haven't done it. So, hello. This is Stilgoe in the Shed. If you've just joined, and you're a regular, left hand for you. If you've just joined, you've never been before. I'm Joe Stilgoe. I don't normally look like this. Well, maybe this is what I do normally look like. But a right hand of welcoming ovation to you. Why is that called ovation? Why is clap? No, that's clap. Clapping is ovation. What's this called? Waving. Waving. Good, Joe. And if you weren't here at the start, I was trying to condense and distill my thoughts about the awful, I mean, there's no words to describe the awfulness of what's been going on in America, and which is seeping across the world frighteningly so. But just trying to express my solidarity and love and thoughts and support. And for those of you who would like to donate some money, if you've been doing that throughout the run of the shed, please could you visit tomorrowswarriors.org, which is Gary Crosby's foundation for young musicians who, they pass through his band, and they are always a brilliant band, and many, many brilliant people. And I should have a list in front of me, but this was something I've been thinking the whole week, and it suddenly came to me today. So forgive me for being ill prepared. Tomorrowswarriors.org, so they're a foundation plus a musical enterprise for getting young musicians, but particularly those from ethnic backgrounds, a foothold in the jazz world, which is a great thing. And and if you wanted some extra listening, I've written down some bands who and people who I think are great, very young, British mainly, who are particularly at the forefront of black jazz music. So there's Nubia Garcia, she's a brilliant sax player. Empirical, which is a band run by my friend and bass player Tom Farmer. They've always been a brilliant and diverse and incredibly musical outfit. Empirical. Reuben James is a great pianist. Xosa Cole, I hope I've said his name right, Xosa, and he won the Young Jazz Musician of the Year 2 years ago, which was the thing I had the great honour and pleasure of presenting 2 years before that. Was it really that far away? Wow. So he's great. And also an American singer who you'll love called Jasmea Horn. Jasmea. She's kind of a mixture of Nina Simone, Ella, Billie Holiday, but has the scatting prowess of Sarah Vaughan and Betty Carter. She's amazing. So all of those, hope you enjoy those. Or just buy my albums, guys. Anyway, do subscribe, tell your friends, send me emails, info@joestilgoe.com, and tweets and Facebook messages and all that stuff. Talking of Facebook messages, someone's asked for this, and I foolishly, because as you know, I never turn a request down, I try and do them all. Thank you, Bob Beveridge, you have all my albums. I sincerely hope so too. I don't, actually. I've run out. So this is a song called Believer, and I think I'd heard it once, but Tina Willamott said, could you possibly do Believer by Imagine Dragons? The only time I'd heard that, the first time I heard that band was when my sister and her family, they went to see them at the O2. I was like, who are these people who are playing the O2? I've never heard of them. I am out of touch. I am à l'extérieur de touche. Anyway, they're huge, 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 huge. And you might know this one. You won't know when I've got my hands around it. Anyway, here it is. This is called Believer. Hope you like it. First things first, I'm saying all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, the way that things have been. Second things second, tell me what you think that I could be. I'm the one at the sail and the master of my sea. Oh, the master of my sea. I was broken from a young age, sick of my sulking to the masses, writing my poems for the few. The look at me, took to me, shook to me, feeling me, singing from the heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the brain, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the pain. You made me a believer. Pain, you broke me down, you built me a believer. Pain, oh let the bullets fly, oh let the rain, the life, my love, my drive, it came from pain. You made me a believer. Good things stars and a prayer to the ones up above. All the hate that you've heard is done, just bring to love. Choking the crowd, build my rain up in the crowd, falling like ashes to the ground. Of my feelings, they were drowned. They never did ever live, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up and rain down, rain down, rain down, like pain. You made me a believer. Pain, you broke me down, you built me a believer, a believer. Pain, oh let the bullets fly, oh let the ring, my light, my love, my drive, it came from pain. You made me a believer, believer. Last things last, by the grace of the fire and the flames. You're the face of the future, the blood in my veins. Oh, the blood in my veins. But they never did ever live, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke open. Rain down, and rain down, and rain down. Rain, you made me a believer, believer. Pain, you brought me down, you built me a believer, believer. Pain, oh let the bullets fly, oh let the rain, my life, my love, my drive, it came from pain. You made me believer. You made me a believer. You made me believer. Oof. This is a song of mine called Roll, and I was going to do this. I was going to do this last Friday, but I didn't have time because I had to play swing ball with myself. So this is my song Roll, which hopefully has a nice lyrical sentiment to it. And this was requested by Jemima, Lipari, Mary Sunshine, and Monica. What am I doing? I'm ignoring. I started the intro too early because Jemima, Mary Sunshine, has written a poem, and am I allowed to read this out? I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna mention the C word. She writes in brackets, compliment! Shame on you! I'm not gonna mention the C word. I'm not gonna make you blush. I'm not going to praise you, exalt you, upraise you, or drown you in spirits mush. I'd love you to play me a song, though, some boogie and woogie, old man. A great tune, a fine rhyme, perhaps, Mr. Sondheim. Your masterpiece, Roll, is my jam. Today is my 51st birthday. How better to my head than to spend a grand hour in that Joe Stilgoe power, the haven, the joy place, the shed. Now, it was rather full of compliments, that, Jemima. I wasn't aware of that. But it's a beautiful poem. I love the scansion, I love the rhyme, I love the vibe. And happy 51st birthday. Let's roll with it. You might be blessed with superhuman powers. You might be strong enough to turn the tide. There'll always be another war, another monster on the other side. Don't be too afraid to say you're frightened. Never scare away the wise old owl. Keep your head above your eyes. Don't go ahead, you're spinning round and round. There it is. Come on. You got to roll with the punches. You gotta smile through the storm. You gotta stand up and be counted when those other suckers fall. Be wise to your weakness and take it on the chin. You gotta roll. Told to keep on smiling. If the milk is spilled, don't shed a tear. Keep your head above your eyes, otherwise your folly is your thing. You could ignore the elder generations. The youth is always wasted on the young. Might be bruised and battered now. I told you so is never sweetly sung. Sweetly sung, you got to roll with the punches. You gotta smile through the storm. You gotta stand up and be counted when those other suckers fall. Be wise to your weakness, take it on the chin. You gotta roll. You gotta smile through the storm. Gotta stand up and be counted when those other suckers fall. Be wise to your weakness, take it on the chin. You gotta roll through the punches. Smile through the storm. Got to stand up and be counted when those other suckers fall. Be wise to your weakness and take it on the chin. You gotta roll. Right, that's rolled. That's rolled, everyone. Roll it out, Gene. Roll it, cowboys. Thanks, everyone. It's great to be back. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Keep sending stuff. What I've decided, I'm going to do Saturday night sheds. And maybe specials, as and when I feel like it. How does that sound? And I know you've set up a Facebook group, some of you, and that is a lovely, lovely thing. And I should say at this point, thank you again to Perrine and everyone for that. Just simply beautiful video you all put together. And I did receive all of your messages, so thank you. Right, we're going to end with Moon River, which has somehow escaped the net. Amanda Humphries slipped it in just at the end there, just in the nick of time. And I wanted to end on something a bit reflective. Yeah, these shows aren't tailored for everyone's mood, but hopefully they include at least something that you can grab onto. So. Probably one of the greatest melodies ever. River wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River, and me. Drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River, and me. you everyone, thank you friends and new friends. Thanks for joining us again for episode 61. The bandwagon rolls along the dusty track of Shed World. Keep well, have a wonderful weekend, have a lovely week. Stay well and best washes, and